how do we even begin to analyze and try and make sense of that? That was bonkers, wasn't it? This might require a stupid hat, honestly. Off the bat, you see Marcus Rashford trying to respond, and I actually think the response from Marcus Rashford has been decent. To be honest, I'm not going to say amazing. I don't think it has been amazing, but I think it's been decent, and I think it's noteworthy to mention it. And it was mentioned earlier, I think it was today, it might have been yesterday, about how certain managers have scolded players in the public eye, and they've been allowed to go on their work. But when you play for Manchester United, it gets dragged out into this massive, absolute saga. And the way Jadon Sancho did put things out and respond publicly, didn't acknowledge any part in the wrongdoing. Marcus has taken it on the chin, apologised, been punished, and got back into the team. I think that is a message, not necessarily a deliberate message, but I think it's almost a message where you go, Jadon, this could have been you, mate. But I think that ship's probably sailed now. But I think that's probably my final word going to be on it. Anyway, it was like, there's been the opportunities there and he's decided not to take them for whatever reason. But anyway, how did we almost snatch a draw from the jaws of what was at one point looking like a seriously emphatic victory? United in the first half could have been 3-4 up. And yeah, we had a couple of offsides and they were offside. It was the correct decision. And we played some... I'm going to have to watch it again to really figure out what happened. How did it go so well? It's confused me, if I'm going to be honest with you. I thought we looked like we were looking for the pass a little bit more as we entered the final third, which we spoke about this morning and we've been speaking about now for a few weeks. But the truth is that Rasmus Højlund came off the pitch with the same amount of shots, and they both should have gone in. The same amount of shots that Antony had. So the same. I mean, you can argue maybe, all right, well, Rashford and Garnacho maybe were looking for him a little bit more. Okay, they were looking for him a little bit more. Bruno ended up having the bulk of the shots. I think he had 5. But Antony comes on for 15 minutes or something and has the same amount of shots as Højlund had in the entirety of the game. If that doesn't illustrate one of the issues at Manchester United, I really don't know what does. Is anyone else panicking about seeing Martinez get strapped up? I hope he gets asked about that at the end tonight and find out what's going on with him, because that could be a massive, massive miss for us. Because I think, yes, the game ended up being a little bit transitional, but I thought, let me just check on the... I thought we held the ball better, but I just want to see if the stats back that up, because I don't think they do. No, we didn't even have the bulk of the ball. I thought we played out all right, though. Weird, that, isn't it? Like, I actually thought United held the ball well, and then at times Wolves did get the ball and held it. United didn't. I wouldn't say we counter-attacked, but I thought we played an away game shape quite well. I'm more worried about conceding 3 goals. The penalty was bullshit. But the problem is, here's the situation, right? Is it a foul? No. Is there simulation? Yes. What is the point in VAR to looking at it then? What is the point? Is it a clear and obvious error that you're turning it around? Like, it makes no sense to me, this now. So the referees give a penalty. He's clearly simulated and exaggerated the slightest little bit of contact, which potentially might not have been a foul in the first place. Contact, it's a contact sport. Contact doesn't equal foul. You has to impede his momentum, and he didn't do that. So I can argue that it's not a foul. The problem is, once VAR looks at it, they're looking for contact. I said contact isn't a foul. Always. Not always a foul. They were never going to overturn that, but I want to know why you can't overturn that. Because, like, if you can allow play to go on for 2 minutes and then drag it back for what happened with Højlund and Rodri, why can't you pull it back for that? It's not a clear and obvious error that's not given. Because if it is, there's 15 penalties a week you need to be giving. So calling it soft isn't really doing it justice. It was a fucking dive. It was an absolute dive. He's bought it. He's even probably pushed his leg out a little bit to make sure he catches Casemiro. who's got to watch himself in those areas. I love having Casemiro back. Casemiro coming back gives us a threat at set pieces, as we've seen. You know, he is a bit of an X factor in those situations where we have nothing. But really, the star of the show today is Kobbie Mainoo. Let me get his stats up. You know, when he picked that ball up at the end of the game, 98th minute, whatever it was, he had one intention on his mind, and that was, I'm going to win this game for these fucking idiots. And today, what did he have? 84% pass completions, pretty low that for him in the grand scheme of things. 13 ground duels, 6-1, one aerial duel, 1-1. Was fouled once, 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, 3 tackles, dribble past 0. Dribble past 0 is a bit of a mad one considering how open at times the midfield did still look, and especially on that counter. How was we getting countered from that corner? That's honestly genuinely ridiculous that United were getting countered from that corner. That shows when the likes of Martinez and that have gone off, where's the leadership in the team that's like, let's calm things down and let's, see this game out. United had a serious lack of see this game out. It was bang on the cards for United. Like, we've still only had that one game that we've won away from home with a single goal margin. It's just not good enough. United need to be able to start making games comfortable for ourselves. Otherwise, you're going to end up in sticky situations more often than not all the time. I don't know what the future holds for Kobbie Mainoo, but he's probably saved United £100 million because I think he's a genuinely potential world-class player. Like, he definitely can be world-class because the things that he's doing now are world-class. What he's just got to do is start adding them into his game consistently, and then he will grow in confidence, and he will start then impacting those around him. You can see it in him already. He's going to be an absolute nightmare for someone at some point. I'm really, really enjoying him playing, and I'm really, really enjoying watching him play. It's mega. And I think he's a genuine asset. Like, did he say it was his 8th consecutive start, something like that? Absolutely deserved, completely and utterly, absolutely deserved. And I know we were hoping maybe it's still match fitness, maybe not on Mainoo. I'm talking about the team. I'm trying to bounce around from one thing to another here. Like, we started to get our best 11 back, and we actually looked like we could control a game. And I think that I would sort of summarise today a little bit. Until the parts we didn't control. And that's the part my mind went. As I was talking, I was also thinking, and then I blurted out the bit that I was still thinking about when I was. So what I was thinking was, we look like we controlled the game. Not really. Maybe it's match fitness. But yeah, I thought there was not quite the same as Newport, obviously, because there was different factors in that where we started to play selfishly. I thought the lads evolved a little bit. Tough place to go to, Wolves. Tough place to go to, but picking up that 3 points is absolutely massive. Anyway, enjoy that. That was mint. That was proper United, that. Proper limbs. Loved it. Mint. Give us your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.